Dumpster Divas, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And today, to dive into the deep waters of a location that I can't quite remember, but the Salt Lake City ladies are on a boat. To dive into all that, and so many orders were had on this boat that we'll definitely need to dive into. I have the expert of all things orders. Kai of the Real Housewives Orders is here. Kai, welcome back to the podcast. You know I love you so much. Good to see you.
Hi, little gay boy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm rocking my Doechii shirt right now. You can't really see her. Look how cute she is.
I love that. Is that some like official tour merch?
Yeah, Kix and I went to her show last week, 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, I should have worn my Addison Rae merch. I had that on earlier.
I wanted to go to Addison Rae in the city, but she was at like a smaller venue that like was all standing room only. The tickets went immediately, like so fast.
Of course they did.
I wish she could have sold out a larger venue. I don't know who her team is that makes those decisions, but I'm confident she could have had a bigger venue, but I wasn't able to get a ticket. And then the resales I really loved her album, but the resales were so high for GA. I'm like, I'm not going to pay $300 to stand and watch her do Pepsi. But I love her, but yeah.
It was an incredible show. She did the same thing here. For everyone who is new to me, I'm a Toronto girly. I'm Canadian. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
And she had a small venue, and I did not get a ticket because, like, every Canadian gay lives in this city, so they were snatched up real quick. But then she upgraded her venue, and
she did upgrade.
But it was still like
great.
pretty small. But it was incredible. A great show. That girl can perform. A star.
She is amazing. I mean, that album was definitely one of my faves of this past year. She's doing something.
Definitely.
Really is. Better than some of the other the big girls, I would say. The more famous pop girlies.
Definitely.
We won't name names, but and Kai, I've seen this before, but Kai, if you're not, this is also a shameless plug for the Dumpster Dive YouTube channel, but where you can find video episodes of this podcast. But Kai has a beautiful background right now of all
Laura
of the
Collins.
all the glorious housewives art. You need some drunk drawn up there too. I was thinking about getting a drunk drawn piece.
Can he send me some?
I feel like we can make that happen. That has to be easy.
Ooh, and I've misspoken. My friend Ethan, these bottom ones. Ooh, that lighting is harsh. I don't like that. My lighting is off, but I'm still beautiful, hot, fly, and sexy. But my friend Ethan at Slick Satan, he designed these lower ones. They're like iconic housewives scenes in a comic
if you're
form.
listening, they're so cute. They look like an Archie comic.
They're so cute. I love them.
Yeah. Well, Kai, I would love to chat with you just about life and everything, but we have so much to dive into.
What a week.
Is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I believe this is episode 7. Let me check that.
I think you're right.
The women are on a boat. We have the first, and what I hope is a long run of below deck housewife crossover episodes. It feels crazy that it's taken us so long to get to this point.
Right, because normally we'll have like Jill Zarin show up on a boat and be a monster a la Jill Zarin, or like Cynthia and Claudia will pop up in an episode randomly, but we haven't had like a dedicated intro graphic where below deck logo is popping up and then submerging itself and then Salt Lake City pops up. Like we've never had this level of crossover.
Not this level, and we heard news on Watch What Happens Live that there will be a version of this episode that is from the point of view of the deckhands coming up on the season of Below Deck Down Under.
Okay, but this to me was a perfect episode. Like truly no notes. Well, I have so many notes, but like I have no qualms with this except for whoever the fuck did the programming. I needed we watch this and directly after we watch the below deck version, because there were multiple times where I was like, I need a Daisy confessional right now, calling these women insane. I need to know what Chef Ben is thinking. I don't know anyone else on that boat, but I desperately needed, like, remember Beverly Hills years and years and years ago had like that dinner party where Jax thought
absolutely.
What's her name? Joyce was LaToya Jackson. And then right after that aired, the Pump Rules version aired, where it's like the behind the scenes. Like, I needed that.
Yeah, there's the famous scene where Sheena is sitting down with Brandy and she gets up from the sit down and walks into the kitchen and puts on an apron, and then all of a sudden we're in Vanderpump Rules.
So I needed that level of like back to back, and like another show, not Bravo related at all, like Abbott Elementary and It's Always Sunny did a little crossover this past year. And that was my biggest issue with that, is like 6 months later, the Always Sunny episode came out. And I will take whatever I can get, but I'm like a greedy little piggy. Oink, oink, oink. I need them at the same time. Like, I wanted to watch 3 hours of this.
Same. I would have settled in for a full, like, and then, so the second hour is Below Deck, and then the third hour we just have sit down with production, and I want a BTS of like how they did it all.
Or we just sit down with Brittany. But beggars cannot be choosers.
A star is rising with Brittany, I fear.
And I don't watch Below Deck anymore. I used to. I gave up seasons ago, mostly because Captain Sandy is a scary, scary, scary woman.
She is very dark Trump energy.
Very, very like Martina-esque. And we can leave it at that. So I'm not actively seeking out Below Deck. I don't want Below Deck, but this is the one instance where I was like, I wish I could turn a Below Deck episode on right now.
I know, and that we have to wait for it. Like, I'm out of the Below Deck loop, so I didn't realize the season wasn't airing right now, and the fact that the season hasn't even begun, and we've just had this. And also, so for those that don't know, we have, so Daisy was previously on Sailing Yacht. She's now Down Under, and then Captain what's his face? I have Jason. Down so many times. Captain Jason, yes. Captain Jason has always been on Down Under, but then we have 2 other returning cast members to Below Deck, which was JWoww, or I call him JWoww. JWoww was on like early season. JWoww was on early seasons of Below Deck and was really bad. And was like kind of kicked off the show for being a misogynist asshole. It's crazy that he's returned.
But like that big gut he has now, that is his karma for being an awful person.
Yeah, and I'm not really into the whole vibe he's giving. And then Chef Ben, who got very little screen time in this, which I'm sure he'll get tons in the other version of this, because he's gonna read these ladies for absolute filth.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we still have probably 2 more episodes on the boat of Salt Lake City, so perhaps you will get more Chef Ben.
That's true. I keep forgetting that. So we are going to go once again. We're going to break down this episode truly as closely as beat by beat as we can. A reminder to listeners, make sure to check out Dumpster Dive YouTube channel at youtube.com/dumpsterdivepod. You can get a video, a video version of this show, as well as Spotify. And make sure to follow Kai at the Real Housewives Orders on Instagram. And let's get into it. Kai, ready?
I'm born ready.
Born ready. So the ladies, we get a little teaser at the top that we have a lot to come. And, I had not seen they didn't give us much footage of this part of the trip of the season. And so the most shocking scene we get is this like floating unicorn stuffed animal. And when I first saw that, I was like, what in God's name? Why are we zooming in on this floating stuffed animal? What in God's green earth could this mean? Little did I know what was in store for us.
The editors are having a lot of fun this year presenting the show as a horror story. And I like that, especially right now, spooky season.
Yeah.
I want to be scared, so I'm like, this is so ominous. What's going to happen?
I know it. Like, how will we get to the point of where a stuffed unicorn that I don't know anything about, is floating in the oceans of the Caribbean?
But once we find out about it, I wish we had never been introduced to it. That was really tough.
No, it could go into the house, like the Conjuring house in upstate New York next to Annabelle. Add it to the museum.
It will appear in the Bravo Clubhouse for sure. If it was not left in... Where are they? Grenada?
No, I believe it's somewhere in the Caribbean, but it's like an island where they made a comment about that
it's
only
Potomac
where
that is in...
billionaires go.
Sure.
Wait, episode 7. I can't. Yeah, it's a Caribbean adventure. Where is it? I'll keep looking while we're chatting, but
it really doesn't matter. You could be anywhere.
put it
They're
in the
out at
chat.
sea.
It's some place you can't afford to go unless you have a net worth of at minimum $100 million. So it's a miracle that these ladies are there. And a very confusing location for below deck down under, but you know that I guess maybe I've lost.
Oh, see,
what
this is where
down
like I'm a
under
dumb bitch, and that
means.
didn't even cross my mind to be like, why aren't we down under?
Down
Why aren't
under?
we?
We're not down under. We're in the Caribbean. It's like, what are we doing?
Huh? Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah. So we do a little rewind though, and the ladies head to the airport, and we get news that Bronwyn will not be coming with them uh, to the boat. She's gonna get there on her own. I don't really understand this mentality necessarily because it seems they had to travel so far. It's not like I'll meet you in Austin, Texas. Like, I don't know how she got there in time and coordinated all that travel, only to evade like any sort of conversations about her lawsuit. I didn't really understand it. Maybe she didn't want to have the conversations off camera, and she knew they wouldn't be filming in the air.
Perhaps my thing was just maybe she flew private or flew because they had to stop. And this is really confusing me because Potomac was traveling this week, and I absolutely am confusing the two because I don't care about a packing scene. I do not give a dog's rip about a airport housewife scene. Happy they get to go on a trip, but like,
Let's get to the meat.
yeah, that's like the phone aspect of the show. So I may be putting them both together, but I'm pretty sure the Salt Lake City ladies had to stop somewhere and then get a flight somewhere else. If this was Giselle, I'm
They
so
both
sorry.
did. No, they both did. So
Okay.
you are not getting
So maybe she just flew
confused.
direct
Yeah,
and
they flew to Newark, and then they flew to somewhere in the Bahamas, to the Caribbean, somewhere in the Caribbean. Sorry.
perhaps Bronwyn was already in New York.
Okay, that could be true too.
I feel like she does spend a lot of time there, a la Meredith Marks.
Yeah.
And like maybe she was at Christian Siriano's like
They're always at
showroom.
peace. Yeah, they're always at pieces down in the West Village.
Duh.
Tipping a drag queen.
So perhaps she was there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she was at pieces. But the the ladies arrive, and we hear about this place being like a billionaire's paradise, and going to an island that is a billionaire's paradise. To me, we're already entering dark-sided territory. Like that, those things don't sound like this location already feels cursed to me. Like, what bodies have been buried in the oceans around this island? Like, what are we doing?
Do you remember that photo of Candace and Chris Bassett that came out a couple years ago? And they're like on a boat, and in the background is Jeffrey Epstein's island. Like, I just kept thinking that was going to pop up in the background, and I was like, "Ooh, this is sinister."
I forgot about that. Oh my
Never
god!
forget.
They were not on the Epstein list, but they were around where it all happened.
Correct. Correct.
They kind of traveled there their own way. Then we get a tidbit that Heather and Whitney spent a week in Australia with Captain Jason.
Well, Whitney's really doing the circuit when the cameras are down because Mama needs a check. I mean, she lost her business. She got back up on that pole, but she does like a lot of paid appearances in Australia.
Wow.
Like, remember her and Teresa did that drag thing there, and she was there for like 2 weeks. It was like a little mini residency.
Okay, I did not realize that she was going on things all the way in Australia. Can I ask an honest question? Is she famous in Australia?
I listened to a podcast. Shout out to Dan and Lauren of Gasbaggin, who are Aussies, and I believe one of them went to the show and it was not sold out, but enough to. I mean, there's gays who watch Real Housewives everywhere in the world.
That's true. I know that's true, but I guess I just don't know. I'm so out of touch with like the Hey You consumption of these shows. I don't know what shows really pop off on Hey You in other places. The pop, like I feel like there has to be some that don't pop off here that are popular there, and vice versa.
I also think that Heather and Whitney were just doing like a media day in Australia because Hey You will fly. Like Meredith was here recently. Meredith and Brooks, I got to meet them. So Hey You will fly the girlies out. So I'm assuming it was something like that. And also, there's always like these off-brand conventions that aren't BravoCon but are like Fan Fest just here, there, everywhere.
Reality TV stars are like us, brunch.
Yes, and I don't keep up with any of that stuff, but I just assume, or maybe because he's down on who cares? I don't know.
Who cares? Yeah, who cares? But yeah, they know each other, and more on that later. By the way, they've spent some time together.
Which I'm still like question marks all over my face.
I still have a lot of I got a lot of questions.
I think he gets around though, because I remember Adriana Demora Queenie was mad at Sheena because she was trying to fuck him, and Sheena cock blocked, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Bravo
sure
Con
Lala
a few
and
years
him
ago.
had a thing before. So I mean, Bravo men are so fugly that when they're like kind of hot like Captain Jason, I think you really have like the pick is yours.
Oh, he can pick anyone he wants. Anyone. And he's hot.
And apparently he has.
Hot. Yeah, he's gone around. We also meet a very interesting. So we meet all the crew and the deckhands. One person that makes a lot of appearances that I have a lot of questions about, which I guess I'll have to tune into Down Under, is this like Welsh man with hair plugs. Yeah.
Well, it's not even hair plugs. It's fully like, as a bald person who has no hair, I happily will make fun of someone who's hiding their balding really poorly. It literally starts back here and he pushes it to the front. And I don't know if you caught, but the eyebrows were like fully Pamela Anderson, but not cunty like Pamela Anderson. It was just, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, it almost looked like, when like someone gets threading and then it looks so
Totally.
it looks so manicured that you're like, whoa, what is happening on the and also, but his beard too. I think he's dyeing his beard.
Was he gay or straight?
I think he is straight.
Because then I saw a video of him blow drying Angie K's hair. I mean, and a straight man can do that, but I had a lot of questions, and I don't even know his name.
No, I don't know his name. The fact that Brittany was into him also was like, now Brittany, girl, any man with two legs and a working brain.
Her and Joao are gonna fuck.
Not even. Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's desperate for cum and she's desperate for cum, and those two together, I'm calling it now. Although I don't think crew can fuck guests. But is it different because, but then is that an HR violation?
I don't think they can, but they definitely have.
Well, yeah. My favorite season is when Hannah sneaks away with a hot guest, and
yeah, the really good old seasons of Below Deck. Yeah. So we hear some more about Britt and how her and Jared, they went on this 30-day break. But then when she was packing for this trip, he came over and fucked her brains out. And so they're not really on a break. And the ladies tell her, here's the thing. We're trapped on this boat together. We have to make a pact. We cannot hear this man's name. So every time you say Jared, we will be pouring water on you. This was funny. It is kind of hazing.
yes, but again, with Potomac airing at the same time, those girls are hazing the new Lady Angel. So I'm watching this and I'm just like, and this is the most activated and passionate Meredith has been about filming all season. So I'll take it. I just think it's really funny that in some franchises, throwing a jug of water causes World War III, whereas here I think we did it 6 times.
Yeah, Brittany was laughing when water was just like pouring down her head. Cold water from a pitcher. She's like, oh my God. You guys are so crazy.
So basically, she can't say Jared, and if she does, she gets a literal jug of water poured on her. She doesn't even say it, and Meredith jumps out of her seat gleefully, and she's like... And as much as people have to say about Brittany, Meredith does need a foil on this show to work. Like, I often will say this about Housewives. I'm really noticing it with Shannon on OC right now. Like, she doesn't really have a foil, and it's just like one of those dolls that you're poking on. Like, do something, do something, do something. Right. Meredith has a foil in Brittany because no one else gets under Meredith's skin like that. no one questions Meredith in the way that Brittany does. So Brittany is important because I want to keep Meredith on this show. And I just love the way she irritates her and drives her over to the edge.
I agree. That's why Shannon, the conversations of will Shannon be back start happening, because like you're just getting lost in the sauce when there's nothing that you're bringing to the table. So yeah, I agree. Meredith is kind of a necessary ingredient here, and she does need someone, and Brittany's providing that.
Brittany's that because Angie and her have squashed it. I feel like we've also beaten that horse to death. I don't want to see Angie versus Meredith ever again. No. So I love watching Brittany get right under her skin.
Me too. So Bronwyn arrives in a very shocking garb.
An insane outfit.
I don't think I can fully wholeheartedly support some of these fashion choices.
No.
And especially when it doesn't really look like something you should be wearing on a boat, which a lot of these women don't have yacht attire, which becomes very clear at the dinner that they have this first night there. But additionally, did Bronwyn, and I'm coming from an honest questioning place here, did she get like a chemical peel or something before she set foot on this boat? Her skin just looks like it's been through trauma mama.
Perhaps she didn't wear SPF that morning and didn't realize how hot it would be when she was riding the tender over. I didn't clock that, but just the look in general, I was not interested in at all. She looked frazzled.
I think the thing is she put so much, I honestly wouldn't care what she looked like facially, but she put so much energy into the whole look. But then sometimes I feel like there's zero energy put into hair and into HMU. And then we're like, wait. We got to like level up everything if we're going to be in like couture on a boat.
Absolutely. Like I need full puss. I need effervescent puss in the face, the everything. But yeah, I didn't really clock it. I'm just assuming she has no makeup on, and I don't think she has the best skin, but whatever.
Yeah. So
a weird look. I wish someone threw that stupid hat overboard.
I agreed. The hat made absolutely no sense. And she knew she looked weird. She showed up and she was like, I got to get this off.
It was a deflection.
Yeah.
It was a let's talk about this versus, hey, where were you? Hey, we're reading some really unsavory things about you. What's going on, diva? And instead it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's...
Oh!
Yeah. So the ladies get the room assignments. We have Heather and Whitney, Angie, Mary, and Lisa and Meredith. And then most importantly, Bronwyn and Brittany are sharing a bed.
Who would you want to share a room with of anyone on this cast?
Probably Angie or Whitney.
I agree.
Like fun, but also like they would be down if I just wanted to like hang in the room for a second. Like also not drama. Like they're not gonna like unload drama on me constantly.
If I wasn't sober, I would want a room with Meredith, and I would want to hit up her stash because I know she's got some like hardcore RX with her. Love her dearly.
The RX is deep in that bag.
And I want to see what we're working with here and helping myself to it.
Yeah, of course. No, of course. It's so funny to me that the first person that starts to have the conversation with Bronwyn about her legal issues is Brittany.
Can we talk about how hot Brittany looked in her little bikini? She's got these like rock hard gummy bear implant tits, which I mean in the most complimentary way possible. I think it was kind of blurred out because her nipple is fully out. Because my favorite thing about this episode is how like progressively drunk everyone keeps getting this entire episode. Like by the end, you're like, everyone is shit faced on this boat.
No one's eyes are with us.
No. They're like going opposite directions totally. So Brittany's already exhibiting signs of I'm wasted, but she looks incredible in a bikini, and she's like, so Fraudwin, tell us about these charges that this Instagram account is posting about.
It's so weird. And it's just funny that she's the one that is like having to be the first to address this with her, because like she's such an unreliable narrator.
Nothing deters that woman though. They beat her down and she comes back and she's like, Hey, everybody. So she's the right person, I feel like. As weird as that is to say, I feel like she's the right person to hit Bronwyn up about this and be like, okay, mama, like, spill what's tea.
And she's not scared of anyone, Brittany. You
No.
have to give it to her. She is so down to clown. Like she just is. Did you see that Andy said that she's the thirstiest celebrity, quote unquote, the thirstiest person he knows on Call Her Daddy?
Ew.
I'm like, Andy.
That's not my ministry, so I did not see that. That did not hit my bubble.
It's not my ministry either. It just fell on me through like memes online and stuff, and I just was like, that's an insane. Of all the people you know, Britney.
And was it housewives specific or celebrities?
No, it was like, it it wasn't.
How is
Housewives,
Sheena Shea
it
not
wasn't
in there?
Yeah, I know.
Because
Like,
I love Sheena, but like, that's a
I
fame
don't-
war right there.
I don't think Britney is like a celebrity enough to be like so fame hungry that it's like weird. Like that's
And we don't see her at like the opening of an envelope either. Do you know what I mean? Like that's to me what a really like desperate celebrity is. Like someone who's showing up to this, that, the other, who's everywhere. She's so Julia. Like, do you know what I mean? So
I agree. I thought it's kind of like a low blow to me that I don't totally understand. But
she's
yeah,
relevant.
we had so we unpack all this. The ladies change. They head upstairs for lunch before they go swimming, and they start to dive into this Bronwyn case situation. So I don't have all the numbers and names and everything in front of me, but essentially there was some unpaid rent, which keeps coming up, which feels crazy to me that that's a part of this because it's like a couple $1,000. It's like or less than that. And then it's something happened at her old job that she was a part of where I think she did some bad money dealings and the cases keep coming up. Who do you think is behind this? Do you think anyone's behind it?
Okay, first I want to zoom out because I am a stupid, stupid girl. I'm a Canadian. I know nothing about the American law system, the legal system. So if something is sealed, is there automatically a gag order attached to it? Because she keeps being like, I can't talk about it because it's sealed. But my understanding is something can be sealed, but you can still talk about it unless a gag is placed on it. Like, is this a self-imposed gag? Is this a legal one? I don't think we'll ever get an answer to that because I think she's kind of getting around all of this by being like, ooh, I can't talk about this. But I was under the impression that if something is sealed, you can still talk about it. Just us plebes at home cannot find any sort of online documentation about this.
So I just Googled it because I don't know the answer. It says no, you cannot speak about a sealed lawsuit because doing so can lead to severe legal consequences. While a sealed record is not accessible to the public, the parties involved are often subject to confidentiality orders that can carry penalties for violations.
So there's like an NDA attached to it.
Yeah, the specifics of the restriction depend on the court's sealing order, and it is best to consult with a legal professional to clarify what can and cannot be said. Now, we said this last week on the podcast, and I do kind of think this may be the case. I think there's a world in which Todd sealed it because he was like, I am a businessman who makes a gajillion dollars. My name has been thrown in with law. I'm sure Todd's name has been thrown in with lawsuits as people with a bajillion dollars do. I'm not saying he's anything bad, but he's like, I don't need people Googling me or looking me up before making business dealings with me and seeing that I'm married to someone with grand larceny or things like that. So I think there's a world in which he paid to seal it since the case was dismissed, so no one can ever speak about it, no one can find it, and it can be just a mystery. Which then brings me to a question, though, kind of back to where we started here. Is like, if something's sealed, how did someone find it? And who did that?
And that's where like my confusion lies too, because even when Brittany confronted her about it, or inquired rather, she's like, oh, well, it wasn't actually fraud and grand theft. It just fell under that penal code. I'm not using the right term, so please don't message me and tell me. I do not care. But like, what is it then? And that's my thing too. I'm like, so what was this? People online are speculating, this is all alleged, that like she took a credit card from someone and bought some things, but I don't know. And then to your original point, to answer your second question, do I think anyone on this cast leaked it? No, I am not a Lisa Barlow defender by any means, but at this stage of the show, I don't think anyone on the cast needs to have their hands that dirty because unfortunately, there is like a small fraction of the Bravo audience who are deranged and unwell and need a hobby and have no life whatsoever and dedicate so much time to like trying to quote unquote like uncover skeletons about the ladies. So this, I don't know, did Monica teach them nothing that trolls exist and they want to know everything about these ladies and they will go to any length possible and pay whatever courtonline.org fee to access. So I honestly think it was just like a fan posted about it on Reddit and it went from there. Do I think Lisa, engaged with it on Twitter and was like, I don't know, like trolled about it? Probably. But I don't think anyone directly involved in this cast needs to go to that length because there's, again, deranged fans who will do that for them.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. There's a guy on Twitter that is getting all this attention right now because he's trying to like out Angie for being behind.
So he's the same
things.
one who they like flash to is the one that I guess see, and this is where I don't care. Like I don't care about an online blogger. Yeah. I don't care about a Reddit thread making its way to my TV. That was a struggle with me with OC this year. I was like, I don't need Miss Blogger and all of that. So I don't know. But yeah, I've seen like the him and Angie, and it's just like Angie giving him like flame emojis.
Well, I have a general frustration with online people trying to engage with these women to then only post screenshots of their engagement with them to like garner followers and clout. It's like, it's just, do you really like these shows? Because if you do, like, why do you want to like ruin the experience for you? Like your
get a hobby, get a life.
Truly get a hobby, get a life. Like the show has now been ruined for you because these people will never want to engage with you again. Like you are involved in the conversation in a negative way. Like I don't know what is the next step beyond that? Like I just don't. I really don't get it. I mean, people can do whatever they want, but it's just
totally.
It's not my religion.
No, not at all.
Like, talk shit about these ladies like freely and about these shows. In
Absolutely,
a fun way, and celebrate. They're crazy.
I've been watching this for so long too. Like this is the kind of carrying on. This is the type of mess I love to watch. And again, I've been watching this for so long. I try to not watch Housewives with this lens point or this viewpoint, but I think what we're really fighting about here is like clearly Lisa is doing something behind the scenes, whether it be with production, this, that, the other, and that's pissing the ladies off. Maybe she's getting like preferential treatment. Who knows? But I think they're upset about that, and they can't break the fourth wall, even though I think Salt Lake City could be the franchise to break the fourth wall and be like, we're fighting about being on the show. But that's usually like the crux of the issue on our girly shows these days is like, we're fighting about being on the show, but we can't actually say that, so we need to use these like placeholder items as to why we're upset. So I think Lisa, something is happening behind the scenes with Lisa and the ladies where they're upset and they can't say that. So instead it's, you're leaking stuff to the press when I don't think she is. I really don't.
I mean, I think here's the thing is we're saying these things that I think like leaking something to the press could be a lot of different things. I think that's also the problem here. I could see her DMing someone and being like, someone sending her something and being like, have you seen this? Is this real? And her being like, yeah, I've seen this. I would believe it. Right. And then all of a sudden that person is like, okay, let's publish this story. Like, I just think there's ways that I just think she engages. Like this was a big issue with Sonia Morgan on season, believe it's 8 and 9 of Roni, was that they were like, you continue to engage with the post and Radar Online, even when they just
Radar Online days.
I know, me too. Even when you're not publishing the story or giving them the story, they ask you a question and you respond in a way that curates a headline. And it's like, you're a part of the machine that's like slandering our names and also kind of spoiling the show. I think that's another part of it that they can't say is that like in general, they're like, can we just unpack this together as like a cast on this show? Why is it in the news? Like, why are we having to learn about things from accounts? Like, they've done a really good job, the Salt Lake City wives, because I think they had a conversation as a group and was like, we need to keep this show in this circle, because like you don't find out a lot of stuff about them ahead of the seasons. But I just think when things like this happen, it's like, girls, stop. Like, we're trying to like film a really slick, dramatic reality show, and I think Lisa isn't down always to be a part of that circle. I think she's bigger than it.
But then I read like that Us Weekly article where they get to like cosplay as Desperate Housewives Vanity Fair cover, iconic, and she's like, oh, I like being the villain. So it's, I don't know, there's a lot of factors going on here that really confuse me, but my number one question, I feel like I have a lot of questions. Am I like a curious little kitten? But but mostly I'm just like, okay, so this Bronwyn stuff came out. Why do we have all this smoke towards Lisa for leaking it instead of trying to get to the bottom of why Bronwyn isn't telling us the truth?
Right. Bronwyn isn't doing a good job either. But she's also getting away with not telling the truth pretty easily here.
Yeah, because we're all going after Lisa, which makes me think that this was like when the ladies got together, it was like, okay, it's Lisa's takedown season. Actually, every season's kind of Lisa's takedown season, but I think they really were like ramping up to do that this year.
But Lisa doesn't do herself any favors.
No, and that's why, like, even if you're a casual viewer of this episode, I would 100% think that Lisa had something to do with this, because she is spiraling. She will not stop talking. She just looks so guilty. Like, she does herself no favors on that front. She's storming away, crying, breaking character to tell people to fuck off, and then crying again and wiping away the non-existent tear. So she does herself no justice. And I feel like the ladies feel justified in this because of her reaction to this. But I'm just like, okay, Lisa, please just like sit there, eat your lovely cheesecake that Chef Ben made for you, and just be like, okay, guys, sure, whatever. No.
But she's incapable of that.
Exactly. I mean, and I think that's why they go for her too, because they know they will get fireworks.
Even so, in this lunch, we get Whitney saying in her confessional, she's like, no one even accused you.
Precisely.
Why are you talking so much about it when no one accused you? And I really just, it really was crazy to me. Also, did you clock that we get in this episode the bad eyelash confessionals are back with Lisa?
What is going on with Lisa's confessional glam this year? We got the cowboy look again, side note, don't you think like a Leanne Locken or a Deandra Simmons would look so fucking puss in a cowboy confessional look, like a Dallas girly?
No, because it's in their spirit. Like, they can pull
with
it
like
off.
A chunky necklace.
But the thing with that look is, and the Dallas ladies carry, is like, you need like bigger hair, you need like bigger tits, like, and tits are just like up, and like, you just got to look a little bit more like a hoe. She's
to look more pageant.
Yeah, and she looks a little too New York, and it looks like a New Yorker going out to MetLife Stadium to the Cowboy Carter tour. It doesn't look like cowgirl.
I've never submitted a reunion question, but I am this close to submitting it when Andy does his little like call for them to be like, Lisa, what's going on with the glam this year, babe? Like, did she get a new team?
Because the glam, even within the confines of the show, isn't good either.
No, but this was the first week where I was like, oh, I can actually tell that you have glam, because by the end of this, she didn't have it. And like, she looked absolutely fine. Like, she is a beautiful woman.
Yeah, they're all
But
gorgeous.
I'm like, okay, I can actually see the glam. But she must have got a new team or something, because it's a lot of misses. And Lisa, historically, like, I don't think she's ever done anything like incredible that I'm like, oh my god, this look. But she kind of sticks to what she knows, and she always looks good. Like, it's usually just like a black, a gray, a monochromatic look, a straight hair, a curly. Like, she kind of just like sticks to what she knows. So she's swinging big this year and missing each and every time.
Missing.
But yeah, the wonky eyelash is back. And it's even like the braids too.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen enough people talking about this, but I talk about it extensively on my podcast, patreon.com/The Real Housewives Orders. Ding! is the shaded in hairline. Again, maybe it's because I'm a bald person, so I'm always looking at people's hair, but it's the wonky lash, the shaded in hairline. I'm like, girl, just if you have alopecia, don't do braids that it's a mess. It is a mess.
No, it's not. She has like the drag queen, like black paint spray.
Yes.
On her hairline. Yeah, I know.
Borda from Joe Gorga.
So the ladies go swimming. A couple of highlights here is that we have Brittany flirting with JWoww on a duck.
Oh, those big muscles you have.
I did laugh because he just pushed her out there, and she was like, "No, but like I'm stranded."
But then she can like do a like fun little damsel in distress, like Daphne from Scooby Doo moment where she's like, "JWoww, come get me, please,
please." And then Angie thinks the water is gonna make her feel better, and baby
Poor
Angie is down for the count on national television. This is
poor
dark.
Ange. I actually feel like it is a blessing in disguise, though, for her to not really be here for any of this. I think works for Angie because I am an Angie K girl. Like if Angie K has no fans, I am dead. Back in the day when everyone preferred Angie H over K, I used to call her Superior Angie. Like I've always seen it for her. But the last few weeks, Mary really said it best. She's like, you're not being yourself. Like you're TTH, try too hard. Like, so I think Angie being so sick, while I felt so bad for her, I think it works for her because if she was at that table, she would have been up, she would have been screaming, and it just, I'm glad she wasn't. But her going down swimming, she's holding a big puke bucket. Poor Ange.
Crazy.
Her barfing, and they show
on the
it.
paddleboard and just being like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
I never want to be on TV. I mean, being on camera right now, I'm like, oh my God. But if I were to have footage of me barfing and it coming between my hands, the most vulnerable place you can ever be, I would never want to show my face again. Just poor Ange. Poor thing.
I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. I would be more concerned about what people were saying behind my back and seeing it on TV than what I looked like. I wouldn't care.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about
crazy.
that.
Oh, see, complete opposite.
Superficial.
So we get back on the boat and it is revealed.
But wait, can we rewind?
Oh, what?
Because when we're swimming is when one drunk Heather Gay reveals to Brittany, who's like, do you think Jason wants to fuck me? And Heather's like, I don't know, but I fucked her. I'm paraphrasing. It didn't really happen like that, but that's the gist of it.
In so many ways. And then she learns it in her confessional, which that felt like a genuine moment. They were
Loved
like,
it.
so how did the one night stand go or whatever? And she was like, did I say that on camera? And yeah, you did.
Good for her.
There's like headlines for it too. I saw there was like a Page 6 headline that came out.
Good, because I feel like with every single housewife, they always do like I'm fucking or I'm dating arc. And Heather kind of did that in season 1. And we've never, like, there has been no mention of a romantic life since then. So to have a little glimmer, to know she is fucking, like I know she is, obviously, but to just, I don't know, a little peek behind the curtain, I liked to know that.
Yeah, I agree. And good for her. I mean, he's hot.
Good for her.
She needs to be getting laid because I think that's maybe she'll be a little more I don't know, sufferable if she gets laid.
Perhaps.
I'm
Maybe.
not a Heather person. I feel bad.
Oh, me either. I'm not a Heather girl at all. But I didn't watch Love Hotel, but I do think she would be a good fit for that.
Do you? I mean, you still wouldn't watch
she's single.
Like her.
No, I'm absolutely not watching that. And like the men on that were disgusting from what I saw.
Disgusting.
It's like a 90-year-old man, and Ashley Darby's like, may I? Well,
Ashley
which is on brand for her.
I kind of love her, to be honest. Her the way that she just
the
way she unabashedly will just be like, how big is your bank account, Danny? You know that's the reason she's not with that young guy that she met last season, Ashley's, because he probably doesn't have money.
Well, no, she told him she doesn't like him because he doesn't have white sheets. Which I was like, okay, sure.
That feels weird.
Whatever that means.
So yeah, we get back on the boat and it is revealed to us that there is a unicorn doll that when you squeeze it that Brittany brought on board, she packed that on board. Mm-hmm. When you squeeze it, you hear Jared saying, Good night, baby. You are loved.
Oh.
It's so diabolical. It is so dark-sided. Like I said, it is The Conjuring. That is the new Annabelle doll.
I'm like, where do you get something like that?
Okay, so I know that back in the day when I was a kid and I went to Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear, you could record something and put it in the bear. So
like a daily affirmation.
Yeah, my daily affirmations when I was in middle school.
Do you think Louis gave Teresa one of those? I'm just thinking of like classic Housewives love bombers.
It definitely feels like a Louis thing. It definitely feels like something Brooks did to Vicky. But I bet you it was something naughty.
Yeah, like I'm gonna eat you back to front.
Yeah, like eat you later. Love you, baby.
Oh boy, that was chilling. It was the reveal to Bronwyn, who was like, "This is insane," and then later on, Bronwyn being like, "Whitney, come to my room. I have to show you the craziest thing you are ever going to see." And
no, it's
they're not wrong.
One of the no, it's one of the crazier things I've seen on this show. So
I just like don't want that. I love my man. We've been together almost 10 years, but never give me that.
If Brian gave me that, well, here's the thing. Like, Brian and I have been together it'll be 6 years in December. And so we're in a very similar place. Like, after a certain point, like, things like super overly genuine gifts appear. Almost, if he gave me that, I'd be like, is everything okay?
Like, is that a toy for your dog?
Yeah, like, what is that? Like, what was this for? Like, it just,
Brittany loves it,
could not
though.
take that serious. Oh,
she humps that thing at night.
Oh, she absolutely slaps the bean and keeps squeezing it and says,
do you think, like, you know how toy, like, the little dollies you could pull out and it would be like, you're a bitch, or whatever little, like, fun phrase. Do you think there's multiple phrases that are in there? Like,
I bet you it's just this one. I feel like it's just this. If there
throw
were
it
others,
overboard.
They would have squeezed it.
I don't like it.
I feel like he says some really weird, nasty things to her when they are boning.
But he knows exactly what she wants to hear. Because she's like, isn't that so sweet? Has Todd given you one of those, Bronwyn? And Bron's like, the fuck? I mean, Bronwyn's husband hates her, but...
He would never in a million years do that.
No. No.
So the ladies had we get the setup here for Whitney and Heather have a conversation about how they think that Lisa
Speaking of eyes going that way, Whitney again, I have been sober for way too long, but Whitney would be so fun to party with.
Oh, she absolutely would be.
But the eyes are like bulging, Ramona bulging, crisscrossed applesauce, and she's like, Heather, guess what? Looking so hot in her bikini, though.
Oh, she looks fab. They all look great.
Yes.
And
I love people in bikinis. I want to live in my bikini, so I love when people are just like, uniform is bikini.
See, that's not my natural form. My preferred form is like a large sweatshirt in like a winter lodge with like a fire going. Meanwhile,
so you're like a Mary Cosby, you don't want your cheeks out because you're setting an example for young women.
Like, I don't mind to be in a Speedo. That doesn't bother me. But like, it's just more like my preferred place is not that. I do love you have so many costume changes in this recording.
I'm loving it. It's so fun. Well, I'm like, I'm like, do I give Nana? No. And then I'm like, do I just wear a hat? And I'm like,
I told you when you logged on, you looked great. There's no, you don't.
But I'm getting a bit hot.
Yeah, no, I understand that. If you want to rock Speedo, you can also do that.
I should have.
I know.
I have so many cute ones.
We should have done bikini chat.
Well, should I come back next week and we just make this a 3-part thing and I wear a sexy bikini next week?
Oh my God, I would love it.
Okay, you know how to reach me.
Yeah. So yeah, they do plant the seed that Lisa is the op here, and Meredith, of course, is not a good bone collector and does not do this well when they head upstairs to dinner.
When they're like, let's bring Meredith in here. First, I was like, I need to know how she's looking because everyone else is quite
She's
toasty
smart though.
right
She
now.
always sunglasses up when she's been drinking.
Sunglasses on, a cozy little robe. And that's like my next natural form, is being in a cozy robe. Bikini, cozy robe. Nice slipper. But Meredith comes in and she's like, basically like, why are you telling me this? Like, Heather already tried to do this during our chat where we were drinking Starbucks cups that were 100% empty. And I wasn't taking the bite or like biting then. So why are you trying to do it now? They have no proof.
They don't.
And unless they have proof, Meredith is not going to be on board. And also, I'm not either.
They're going off vibes alone. And the vibes aren't good. I have to agree with them. But vibes are not proof.
No, feelings are not fact. And it's much like on Potomac where everyone's like mad at Stacey. But I'm like, you have no proof. Show me some like physical proof of these things.
I love Stacey.
Can we take a moment? So I primarily live on Twitter. I don't really go on Instagram much anymore. I have never gone on TikTok. What else is there? I don't know. But I primarily live on Twitter. And this week, someone has been unearthing and clipping various Stacey on QVC clips. I don't know if it's made its way to other corners of the Bravo internet. I assume yes, but...
It's made its way to Threads, which is where I live mostly now. And it's going everywhere on Threads.
That woman could sell me hair care, and I'm like, I'm buying that. I love her.
The earrings?
Look at these earrings. Sparkle. Dazzle, elongate the neck. I'm like, I love this woman. That's like my rose of the week.
She is like, I was so mesmerized watching her do her work. Like, I was like, you are a talent. Like, not everyone can get up there and just sell and gab. She is extremely gifted at that. The one of her in the Bermuda pants, the like, and those crazy, like, almost kind of like Caesar style shoes, but like they have like the ankle wrap around them and stuff. The look is crazy. She knows she looks insane. Like,
the clothes she is selling, disgusting. Like the ugliest pieces you could ever lay your eyes on. It's just like, isn't this coral gown fabulous? It's got stretch to it. You can eat 3 pieces of cake. I'm like, she just called us fat, but okay.
No, so she's selling the pants and she goes, and these capri pants. I mean, darling, have you been to Capri? I have. Way too expensive for me. What's not expensive are the capri pants. And I'm like...
professional.
You are genius at your craft. Get you back on QVC and Housewives, please.
So someone's created like a YouTube channel. It's like 30 hours of just those clips. And I'm this close to this weekend, just sitting on my couch, rotting away, watching every single one.
No, like, can I come over? Like, booking my flight to Toronto.
You do need to come here.
I know.
When are you? Because I'm not coming. I'm not coming there. Unfortunately,
don't come to New York. Don't come to the United States of America. No.
But you need to come here.
I would love that. Well, we love Canada, and if you got any hookups of how Brian and I could move there, let me know. But
I'll put my thinking cap on.
Okay, great. Because I've never been to Toronto either. I've only been to Montreal when we were texting about that, and then like I've been to Vancouver as a kid, but I don't really remember it.
Toronto's not that fun. We could meet in Vancouver, but no, come to Toronto. Come to Canada.
I would love it. I feel like we would be great couple friends too, because Brian is sober and like we love activities and like the same shit and gossip, and I think we would have a great time, Kai.
Oh, we would gab away.
A gab away.
I don't shut the fuck up. I got an award at work the other day that I was quiet and diligent. I was like, I beg your pardon? Quiet? Me?
Do you have a different persona at work?
Apparently.
Apparently.
But I was just like, thanks.
Like, this is a shock. I don't know. I don't think I'll put this on any shelf because this is not something I
was like, I didn't think I shut the fuck up. I can't record an episode of a podcast without it being like 16 hours long. Sometimes blah, 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 blah. Anyways, back to the girls. Meredith's not biting. It's dinner
Meredith's
time.
not biting. We go to dinner and Brittany, Angie and Mary stay downstairs and take their meal downstairs.
Can I say something about Mary?
Yeah.
She, by far, I mean, again, it's been one episode, is the lowest maintenance guest on this boat. And I don't know, I just have this, like, in my head, Mary is just extremely high maintenance. She doesn't like to do things. I know in the last few seasons, she's been much more engaged and, like, down to clown. But in my head, I'm always like, she's like, remember when they went to the Trixie Motel and she was like a pot plant? Like, she was miserable. She hated being there. She didn't want to do anything. The accommodations were not up to her liking. Like, nothing was good enough for her. It was very like Princess and the Pea. So I have this idea of her in my head that she, like, nothing will ever be good enough, but she's loving being here. I'm shocked she wanted to stay in a room with a lady barfing the entire night. Like, Mary is just always surprising me.
I think it comes down to kind of what she's talked about briefly this season, is that like she doesn't trust people very quickly. But once she feels safe somewhere, I think she's down to clown. I just think it took her a long time to feel safe on the show, on camera.
She needed a
with
friend.
these ladies, and she needed a friend. And so now that she has a friend, she's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do whatever. But I think an easy defense mechanism for her is to be like,
just to retreat.
Well, retreat, but also be like, oh, I don't do that. I don't like this. I don't do this. I think it's like a defense mechanism because it's an easy way to just remove yourself from a situation. Like, I think if they went to Trixie Motel this season instead, I think she would have been fine and had a good time. I think she was just trying to keep up with what she thought this show was. And
that was her coming back after, like, really unsavory things were going on with the Miriam Cosby advice. So I think she was, like, also on her best behavior.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just have, like, this idea of her in my head that is not true anymore. But I'm always, like, shocked when I'm like, oh my God, she ziplines? Oh my God, she slept in a, like, U-Haul camper? What?
She was drinking a goblet of red wine on a 100-degree deck of a yacht, not complaining at all.
Okay, speaking of the weather, Miss Meredith Marks shows up to dinner in a fucking winter pea coat. I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, what do you think the temperature is? Because everyone else is sweating in, like, bralettes, dresses. Meredith rolls in a fucking pea coat.
She looks insane. She posted it on Instagram. I have a photo. I screenshotted it. Let me pull it up.
Waterbending mare.
It is water bending. That was crazy for her to acknowledge.
I love her.
She looks like she's like a background actor in in Clueless. Like, she's like, it's like a tweed, like, button-up coat and like a matching tweed skirt. It's so, oh no, I just have the close-up of her face. Let me see if I can get the full.
Remember when they traveled internationally? Of course.
She facetuned herself beyond belief.
Love it. Remember when they traveled internationally a few years ago and she's like, I took an extra sleeping pill and now I'm, like, literally
ill. Like, she was like, I'm done.
She truly was detoxing. I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. Me speculating about Meredith's drug abuse is truly my favorite, like, subtrope of this show.
Oh, she took it off of her. I think she took it. Oh no, here we go. So
is that her waterbending?
Please, no.
Oh, it's a dress.
So no, it's two pieces. It's a skirt and a jacket, and then she has, like, a black.
It is hot out.
No, I know.
That's like a great Salt Lake City look, but it's hot out.
If it's that, the double-breasted jacket is really weird.
It's really confusing. Again, the alcohol is whooping in the ladies' asses by this point in the episode, but also the not having glam is, like, jumping out, specifically with Heather's hair, which is, like, curly and then just, like, straight blonde extensions.
So I was watching this, and Brian doesn't really watch the shows with me, but he'll, like, hop in and out.
Totally.
And he goes, Tom, are you looking at do you see what I see? And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's so much going on. I don't know what are you looking at? He's like, that woman's hair. And I'm like, he's like, the top part is curly and then the rest of it is straight. And
Pin
I was like,
straight.
Yeah, that's an extension. That the extensions are synthetic or something's off.
And, like, that's what Heather's hair used to look like 3 years ago when she had that lady doing her hair who also worked with Monica.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That lady was undercover and hated Heather. But so Heather's hair has been doing better. Look at me giving her a compliment. She's been doing better in the hair department. But
good.
I'm like, Mama, just put it wear a hat. Put it in a bun. Brittany put her hair in a bun. Brittany knew better.
Well, right. All of their hair looks. They in general, we have now descended into full madness at this point. Like, they all look like without their makeup. Also, Heather, like, I encourage everyone to do whatever they need to do to make them feel confident about themselves. But
Don't go to Beauty Lab and laser.
The Beauty Lab and laser filler without the zhuzh of highlight, shadow, and shimmer of your HMU looks tough in the heat. Like, she just looks so filled. And I'm like, it's such a bummer to me. I'm like, you had much better source material than this. Why are we here?
Well, I mean, Jen Shaw was like Beauty Lab and Laser's walking business card for a long time, and I would never want to do that to my face. But in Heather's book, she talks about like building her business, and like their model at the beginning was just like anyone could come and be like, blow my lips up to hot dog size, and they're like, absolutely. Like there was no, I don't know, a good medical professional, a good injector will be like, I'm not doing that. We'll do a little zzz, but not putting the whole syringe in there, where Beauty Lab and Laser, that is like their bread and butter. So just never go there. Never go. I'm all for doing anything to your face, but just don't go there. Please.
So Brittany claimed, well, Bronwyn, in a very bizarre move, outs what Brittany was saying.
Why does Brittany keep telling her things?
It's crazy. And Bronwyn, girl, I like you a lot of the time, but like this was weird to me. I'm like, no one likes a rat.
No.
No one likes a rat.
Not at all.
It never looks good. Even if you think you're on the right side of things, you never look right. Like, it just, you don't come across good. And her ratting out all the things she's saying about Brittany about the girls is annoying, but address that with her one-on-one and then see where it goes from there. But don't rat her out.
Totally, but I was like, Brittany, you need to stop doing this, because this is like the 20th time Bronwyn has done this to you and embarrassed you. But again, nothing deters that woman. She comes right back. She never learns. But Bronwyn started this, and Bronwyn is the only one that got wet. So what did JoJo Siwa say? Karma's a bitch.
The first to say it. Yes, JoJo.
She should have known better. And Bronwyn is the only one who got soaking wet, because Mama Mare waterbended, and so she brought this up, started some mess, and got soaked because of it.
She did fully waterbend. Somehow the water did not make it to her as she pushed her hands out.
She's like, I've got this pea coat on. This is dry clean only. We can't get this wet, darling.
I have to take this to Madame Paulette. But she claimed that Meredith has seizures, which is such a bizarre thing to say about someone, and so inaccurate. And of course, Meredith.
My child has had one. I have an impairment.
What hasn't happened to this woman?
Sobriety.
That's clear, yeah. Also, I love Meredith slowly pouring water on Brittany's lap. That's almost worse than someone throwing water. And she's like, I'm going to slowly pour this water on your lap. And Brittany's
reaction is, I didn't even say Jared.
She's so good, Brittany. She's so good.
But here's the thing, and this is what like disappointed me with Brittany and all of this, is she keeps her fucking foot on Meredith's neck. She is the only one last season who was like, this lady is high as fuck on this trip, everybody. Like, what is going on here? Like, she's the only one saying the quiet part out loud, because everyone else on the cast has agreed to just like not talk about Meredith. Well, I mean, Lisa a few seasons ago was like, all go pop pills, bitch, or whatever she said. Like, but no one will ever go there. And Brittany will, but seizure was the wrong word. And she has like a very vast vocabulary, I have noticed. So the fact that she said seizure was just such a shame. Like, she had the plane and then hit a twin tower instead of landing. Ooh. That's probably bad. But
it's okay. It's okay.
Never forget.
Guy, please. One thing we didn't talk about with Brittany that I wrote down that I was crying laughing at was when the man with the balding man with the manicured eyebrows and beard was asking
what should
Brittany
we name him?
What is a good name for him? He needs like a very
like British name or something.
Yeah.
Joel?
I like Joel. Joel's good.
Is he kind of giving the Joel?
A Joel, yeah. Joel asked Brittany what she's doing for work and like what she does in Salt Lake City, and Brittany was like, I'm a real estate developer. I build properties and then I sell them. I build, I sell. I build, I sell. I was like,
okay.
I thought you were a realtor. That's not a real estate investor.
And like, I'm pretty sure the real estate, I don't really keep up with Britney outside of the context of the show, but I'm pretty sure like the real estate thing was born once like selling or unlocking SLC,
As an
that
attempt to get
show.
on that show, yeah.
Yes, like the season one aired, and then Britney put out a little press iOS notepad release and was like, I'm joining the team. And then it got canceled. So I was like, did you
Yeah.
get this to. Here's the thing though, like, so many people are realtors. When you can't do anything else, you become a realtor. No shade. But like in
A little
Toronto, it's
shade.
like you work at a bar, and then eventually you have to like phase yourself out of the bar because you've done too much coke, and you just become a realtor.
Well, in New York, it's all actors who turn to reality. It's just is the next
Sell
step
a
in
house.
life. You either become a fitness instructor or you become a realtor. I became a fitness instructor. So then we move on past this bizarre seizure gate, and we get to the brass tacks here, and that is that the ladies think Lisa is planting stories. I don't really know how to parse through what they're actually screaming about. It doesn't
Again, they're
really make a
fighting
lot of
about being
sense.
on the show.
They are fighting about being on the show, but and I like you said, I too am not a Barlow defender. I find her very easy to not defend. She's often wrong, but like in this instance, I really feel like Heather was coming across so insane, way too strong against something that she didn't know was true or not.
Question for you. So Heather has been obsessed with being Lisa's friend for so long. 5 years at this point. And like last year finally got that and was pretty much like a number one Lisa soldier. Do you think that like do we think this was like a long con, like 5 years of I'm gonna like buddy up with this lady and then destroy her? Or did Heather just read all the comments last year? Because one thing about this cast is they are chronically online.
Yeah.
Did she read all those comments and be like, okay, I need to not live in her colon anymore? Like, what's going on here? Because the turning on her, I love to see that because Heather is her most annoying when she's trying to skin Lisa and wear her and be her. But I'm like, this is feeling so out of left field because 2 episodes ago you were her number one soldier. Now you're calling her out and accusing her of all of this stuff. So I'm like, where did this backbone against? I just, again, I started with a lot of questions. I'm finishing with a lot of questions.
No, I don't think she's calculated enough to play that long haul of a game.
Okay, it's not a long
I
con.
just
Dang.
I just think that she's more concerned about her own image. She got so fucked over by Jen and by defending Jen that I think that she started the season being like, I need to just be good with Lisa. The fans don't like it when we're at each other's throats. Like
Totally.
the fans like both of us. Let's combine forces. And then she sees that Lisa's having a bad season, and then she's like, wait, I can't be behind this. The fans won't like this. She herself is too. My biggest critique of her overall, why I don't think she works on the show in a lot of ways, is she truly is a fan. When they went on Ultimate Girls Trip and the ladies were literally clocking her, being like, girl, it is crazy that you are so much of a fan. Like, you gotta pull it back, reel it back a little bit. Like, and so she just knows she's too savvy, and I think she just clocked that Lisa's having a bad season, and she doesn't want to be a part of that conversation, so she flipped.
Okay, I like that.
That's what I.
It's a very simple explanation, and here I am being like, is it this? Is it that? I've
Well,
got like
I just
the
don't
like
think.
board
I think
out.
some of these women are calculated like
Totally.
that, playing long games. I don't know
Lisa.
that she is that. Like Lisa is that completely. That's why Lisa had that long haul friendship with Whitney for like a season and a half. She wanted to like get shit on Whitney so then she could take her down. She did.
Oh, that was so funny because they would like film a scene together, and I was just like, I know they have nothing to talk about.
Oh, you know nothing. They have
Like,
nothing in
hey,
common.
how are you?
So one thing we haven't talked about is they keep panning, and this is so cinematic. They keep cutting back to Angie and Mary, just like shooting the shit downstairs. Like it's just such a funny.
Mary is taking a dump at one point. She's
She
like,
blew
I'm all
out that
empty, so I can, eat what they have made for me. Mary is like ear to the door, being like, "Ooh, get her again." Captain Jason comes in, and Mary's like, "Okay, what's going on up there? Like, spill." I did see some pictures that Angie put up where like Captain Jason's like laying in bed with her and Mary,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted the Below Deck episode because I'm like, I want to see what they're up to. Because I love fighting, I love mess, I love carrying on, but I want to be in bed with the girls.
I know. I agree with you. And also, like, a logistical. Here's the photo, everyone. Since we're showing visuals today, look, they look so happy. She also looks great for being
and
so
she looks great considering she was throwing
right?
up a second prior.
Oh my god, she looks gorge. No, I logistically, how did they have two? They had two crews. They had to have two different crews. Like people, like I'm sure they obviously overlap. They had to share audio, but like they have different producers for these shows. Like, how do they have so many cameramen? So many crews like all coexisting in the same place that has so much production logistics that hurts my brain as someone who works in production.
Right. So I'm assuming, again, I haven't watched Below Deck in so long. I didn't recognize this boat. So I'm wondering if they maybe got like an extra big boat. Because there wasn't, like normally on Below Deck, there's like, you get a shitty room. Like there is someone who gets like a shitty tiny, well not shitty, I mean you're on a yacht, but like you get like a pretty teeny tiny bedroom. That didn't really seem to be the case here. Everyone had like pretty big master suites. So I'm wondering if the boat itself is just bigger. Even the kitchen when Whitney is like drunkenly walking around being like, hey, oh, is this, oh, your room, it's so cute.
Do you sleep in the kitchen? That was so rude. I was like, Whitney, girl, that is an insane thing to ask a chef. Do you sleep? Oh, this is cute. Do you sleep in the kitchen?
But like that kitchen was massive compared to like, I don't know, kitchens we've seen. So I'm wondering if the boat was just bigger to facilitate all of the people, meaning all of the production and camera, audio, this, that, the other.
Well, we will see on Below Deck Down Under season 300 coming out in a couple months, I suppose.
Maybe. I don't know that I'll watch it. I will.
I will watch the
Look at me. I'm like
episode.
Such a fucking liar.
Because at that point we may be outdone with SLC and we may want some SLC back in our lives, you know.
Totally.
So also we get Chef Ben comes to greet the ladies and they're like mid-fight and they completely don't acknowledge him. I thought this was beyond rude. Like, y'all, he's cooking food that you're like shoveling down your drunk ass throats. Like, say thank you. He's just trying to be nice.
But did anyone eat? I wasn't really playing watch the table too much because there was just a lot going on. But I was like, is anyone actually eating anything? Because it's just screaming the entire time. And
I think the girls in the middle were eating. I just don't think like the girls in the middle of the table, but like Heather and Lisa were deeply not eating any food.
Like it's kind of shocking that like Bronwyn or Meredith didn't acknowledge him at all, but I feel like they get into like a tunnel, like a chaos vortex, and nothing else exists around them. Because we've seen it time and time again, at least this season. It's like that cute little girl at Lisa's Clarity lunch being like, hey, can I take your order? Or like the lady with the wine at Whitney's Hilling event. Exactly. Like I think they just are so used to not even acknowledging that these people exist. So yes, it is so rude.
Yeah.
But it was really strange. Even like Jason came out and they didn't give a fuck about that. I mean, Brittany was like, so can you give me a tour of the boat?
He goes, no.
And he's like, not tonight. She's like, oh, do you drive this thing?
Do you want to drive these things?
Yeah, so she's going to fuck Joao because Captain Jason is not giving her the time of day.
I pray they fuck. That would cause ripples through the Osmond home.
And I hope Jared finds out.
Please. We need a Jared takedown season. That's what we need.
Really, really do.
Yeah. And then we get, we end on such cinematic moments. We end with
incredible.
Lisa
the lighting of this.
It's beautiful. Lisa runs out to the back of the boat on the phone.
You notice she's like on the phone crying, and then Heather stops her and she's like, she turns, breaks character completely. She's like, don't talk to me. And then all of a sudden she's like, John. I love her.
You're right. She's so curated.
She's so deeply unserious. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, and she runs out to the like dock on the back of the boat, and she's sitting, and there's fish swimming all around.
They have it like underlit. It's beautiful because you can see all of the fishies.
It looks like the ending of like a Scorsese film. I'm like, what in God's...
Absolutely.
This is so cinematic. And Brittany goes and ruins the shot. And
Don't
comes in and
touch
is
me.
like,
I don't want anyone touching me right now. Well, I just want to give you a hug.
And also we get Heather running around the boat in this dress, and I got more looks, full 360 of what she's wearing.
It's
prison.
The personal style's off with that one. But I love when she like goes and tells Mary, and Mary's coaching her and being like, great job. Like, I'm happy you called her ass out. And it's Mary, I think, that really kind of seals the deal for me, because she's like, oh yeah, Lisa does do this. Like, we all know Lisa does this. Yeah. And Mary truly, in a lot of ways, is not in reality, but with like a read on the ladies, I do trust her, and her being like, oh, Lisa does do this bullshit. I'm like, okay.
She's not online. Like, she's very...
Well, she'll block you, but that's about it.
Right, but like, if it has gotten to her, like, I think if she's been able to garner this information, I think that, and thinks that it's like real, I really truly believe that she is right on the right side of history on this one. So.
Totally.
And then, I kind of thought we were going to get like a 1-episode wonder. Y'all, we have a whole second episode.
I'm so ready for
it. It was fantastic.
Incredible TV. Like, truly incredible.
Guys, I encourage you to think about how great this season is, how great this show is, and then think about that when you're trying to defend like the RHONY reboot, or you're trying to defend like being deep in the season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's like,
I have a question. Why the hell was Aaron Leachy on fucking Watch What? Again, the programmers at Bravo, what are we doing here? Why was Captain Jason not there? Why was Daisy not there? What is Aaron Leachy promoting that she gets to be the guest on Watch What Happens Live after this incredible episode of TV?
Well, she has cookbook. She has a cookbook and a mezcal line.
Fuck this.
Come back.
That is not important.
I concur.
That is like a tonight she can be on when like nothing's airing.
Yeah, like a I don't know, like a Friday night.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you brought up the RHONY reboot, and I was like, why the hell?
Guys, what we watch, this is what Bravo is. Like, this is what Housewives is. Like, these people are doing Housewives. I'm actually very open to not having any Housewives on if they're not like this, because I'm like, what energy are we putting into these shows? Like, things are enjoyable, but like, this is why we all turned to this art form in 2005. Like, this is the show.
Absolutely.
And I need the ladies taking notes. Sai from New York, also, she was like she's been watching SLC now, which I'm like, you're just now watching and taking notes about how to do Housewives? But she's online watching, and she was saying that she was saying she can't believe how great the show is. And like, she's like, these ladies crack me up. And I'm like, y'all, your show had no one cracking up. So these ladies are all coming to this. I think all the Housewives are now watching the show because they hear that it's so good, and they're clocking to themselves like, wait, this is what our show should be. I think,
But I worry because Salt Lake exists in its own little world where it's like a parody of Housewives, and I don't want other people to try and recreate that because it works there. Mm-hmm. But I fear if anyone else tried to do that, it would just be strange.
I agree. We can't get too creative with editing and stories and silliness on some of these other franchises.
I also just like don't need RHONY reboot anymore. Like, we've got Next Gen, we've got Lindsay Hubbard's New York sexy city moment coming out.
Many people have seen them filming in the city.
So I'm fine with just having those as like our New York representation on TV. I don't need the girls. Very nice ladies, but I'm not interested.
Oh, I saw Carl today, actually. I see him all the time, but I saw him.
Have you been to Soft Bar?
I have not. I would like to go, though.
You should go. A couple of my friends have, like, both friends from here and friends I have in New York, and they all have, like, great things to say about it.
It looks gorgeous. I would really like to go. I've run into him a couple times, but I saw him this morning at the Marathon Expo.
Oh, is he running?
He's running the marathon, yep.
Oh,
Shout out to Carl. I don't think you watched Love Island, but I saw someone from Love Island there as well. They were also doing
No.
Who? His name is Elon. He was in Casa Amor. He's a very niche character on the show. He's not like a big famous one. Yeah, it's okay. Well, guys, this brings us to the end of this fabulous chat. Kai, this was an absolute joy.
See, and like I said, I can't just talk for 1 hour. This was
but also
really long.
This was like a 55-minute episode. Like we had so much to cover here.
All killer, zero filler in this episode.
Can you imagine talking for an hour and 20 minutes about the Roni reboot?
No.
If we went scene by scene, that would be crazy.
Even OC, like I am an OC girly. I know,
and I
can spend maybe 15 to 20 minutes lately just to be like, I love Heather Dubrow, and that's pretty much it.
Well, we're only covering SLC on the podcast right now, but I do want to do a Potomac check-in at some point down the line because I am really loving the season.
I'm having fun. The beat is sick there.
The girls are really making me laugh. So more on that later. But Kai, thank you for being here once again, and tell everyone where they can follow you, subscribe to the Patreon, and all the good stuff.
You can subscribe to my Patreon / The Real Housewives Orders. I do an episode every Sunday. So if for whatever reason you're wanting to hear more of me after this podcast, go check me out there. We do episodes weekly, and every month I do a Housewives book club. This month we are dabbling in a little fiction and doing writer girl Carol Radziwill's A Widow's Guide. And oh boy, that's a tough one.
How long is it?
Not very.
Is it like a 200-page? Y'all, go also make sure to subscribe to Kai's Patreon because I was on beginning of the summer, I believe, to do Dorinda's memoir, which was a 200-page slog.
Well, here's the thing: like most of those memoirs are not good at all, but I always have fun.
No, we had.
I love reading.
The time. No, me too. And I had the time of my life, but we had such a good chat about it. But it was so crazy that Dorinda, someone who, on paper, I mean, we talked about this on there, has so much interesting things that have happened to her, delivered on none of the stories, and so many, even just
nothing burger of a book,
not even Housewives related stuff that she didn't touch on. Instead, she talked so much about like her father's meatloaf.
It was really bad.
Yeah,
so yeah, I do a monthly book club. So join me on Patreon. And then if you think I'm beautiful, hot, fly, and sexy, you can follow me at Totally Kai. And that's my plug.
Hey. And guys, reminder, make sure to follow me at the Tom Hamlet on Instagram. Subscribe to the Dumpster Dive YouTube channel at youtube.com/dumpsterdivepod. And we will be back next week with another SLC recap with a very special guest.
Is it going to be me?
I already have someone booked, but you can come crash. Bye, guys.
I'm going to be like Brittany at the Us Weekly showing up in a bikini next week.
What about me?
Bye. Okay, love you. Bye.